V and I love unique, off-the-beaten-path types of places when we're out on our trips, so when we heard about Elmer's Bottle Ranch, we knew we had to check it out. This is a really fun stop if you're heading from Southern California to Vegas or if you're making your way along Route 66. And we will have the address and GPS coordinates on our website, 𝐿𝑖𝑣𝑒𝑡ℎ𝑎𝑡adventure.com. If you decide to visit, please be sure to pull all the way onto the shoulder of the road. Cars do come through here pretty fast. Chances are you've never experienced anything quite like Elmer's Bottle Ranch, and it's hard to believe that this is all the work of one man. His name is Elmer Long, and unfortunately, we never had the chance to meet him. He passed away in 2019, but his family is awesome and they are determined to keep the Bottle Ranch open for everyone's enjoyment. The Bottle Ranch has a pretty interesting story. When Elmer was a child, he would go on camping trips with his dad to the desert, and while they were out, they would collect bottles and other artifacts. Soon, Elmer's bottle collection grew into the thousands, and as his dad got older, he got tired of it and started to give some of them away. But this didn't quite sit well with Elmer because he really liked his bottle collection, so he decided to turn them into trees and place them on his property. These bottle trees would become a huge part of his life, and he ended up building them for the next 19 years. Since he started building the trees, his demand for bottles became even greater, and he had to start to get creative. Soon, he and his dad were scavenging private dumps and other places where people had been throwing their trash for generations. But thankfully, once the word of the Bottle Tree Ranch got out, people started bringing their bottles to him. And these weren't just locals. Soon, Elmer was getting bottles from all over the world. Even though Elmer is no longer with us to create new trees, there is still a need for bottles here. It is a pretty tough environment out here with high temperatures and even higher winds. Occasionally, bottles will fall off the posts and break, and they need to be replaced. This is also why if you're visiting the Bottle Tree Ranch, you should wear closed-toed shoes to protect your feet. And the other thing that's important is that the ranch does run on donations, so if you're visiting, throw them a couple bucks to help them keep it running. On our last visit, we also got to meet the two adorable furry security guards that are keeping an eye on things around here. If you know anything about us, we are kind of obsessed with cats, so these two got our undivided attention for quite some time. Towards the back of the ranch, there is another really cool area where there's all these old tools that have been turned into wind chimes. There wasn't much wind while we were there, so we had to move them ourselves. Something that's really important with these bottle trees is to look up. Most of the trees here are topped with either antiques or unique creations made by Elmer. And also be sure to explore as much as possible. While you could make the visit quick in 15 to 30 minutes, there are so many gems hidden in all the little nooks and crannies. As we did some research on Elmer, we learned some really endearing things about him. He never took himself too seriously, and he didn't consider himself an artist. He thought of himself more as someone who thinks about what they want to do and then does it. He was once quoted as saying, "It's a crazy world and it's mine." And I feel like that fits our outlook on life so well. Hidden amongst the trees are some funny and bizarre things, like this sink that doesn't work. And there are also some fake missiles laying around and some rifles that are made out of scrap metal and other various materials. Once again, you really have to look to see everything because there's so much to see here, but we found this really cool belt-fed gun up on top of one of the posts.
Hey, how many people want ice cream?
If this type of art is your thing, you should also check out the 𝐿𝐼𝐍𝐿𝐼 Sculpture Garden off of Highway 395. And there's also the Glass Outhouse Art Gallery just outside Joshua Tree National Park. If you want a real treat, visit on a breezy day. Not only are there windmills hidden all over the ranch, but there are also some things that spin here too. Even though he is not here to hear it, V and I would still like to send a humongous thank you out to Elmer Long, both for cleaning up the planet and for bringing joy to so many with his unique creations. The Bottle Tree Ranch is part art gallery, part planetary cleanup effort, part craziness, but 100% awesome, and it's definitely something that you need to see for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps out the channel. If you have suggestions for future videos, let us know. And for all the information about Elmer's Bottle Tree Ranch, as well as other awesome adventures, head on over to 𝐿𝑖𝐍𝐼𝐻𝑒𝐿𝑒𝑡hatadventure.com.